Do you know how many girls around the world have not had a proper education? According to UNESCO, women make up more than 2/3 of the world's 796 million illiterate people. Good morning. My name is Leah Kwon, and I am not one of the 2/3 of the girls that are uneducated, but I am one who would like to fight for their right to learn. Let me ask all of you a question. Think to yourself, how many years of school have you had in total? Well, how many years of education do you think the poorest women in Somalia have had? Does anyone know? As a matter of fact, they have received only around 110 days of education. That's not even one whole school year for us in America. Unfortunately, this situation is most common in Africa, where female education is at its lowest in places like Somalia, Niger, Liberia, Mali, and Burkina Faso. Think about all of the things that are possible with an education. For girls in these countries, the difference could not be more dramatic. According to the UN, the more education a woman receives, the more her eventual wages increase. In fact, a woman's eventual wages increases by 10 to 20% for every additional year of primary school she receives. And education also affects how early a woman gets married. A woman is encouraged to marry later if she receives a proper education, which leaves her less vulnerable to violence. Just think about that. A girl's likelihood of being beaten or worse could depend on how much education she receives. This is why it is crucial for us to make a change. During my research, I was reminded of the time I went to the Women's March in Washington, D.C. The experience was inspirational. Going to the march created my passion for women's rights. If I hadn't gone to the march, I probably wouldn't be talking to you about women's education right now. And this is why I want you to know that you can make a difference too. But what can you do? Something as small as donating money to an organization like UNICEF can make a difference. One thing UNICEF specializes in is providing an education for girls in tough situations. Or you could take part in amazing marches like me. Just remember, you can make the world a better place for these girls. Thank you for your time.